Outside of the Apex games, Mirage is actually a bartender. In addition to that, as seen in the Season 13 trailer and in the Humble Wit loading screen, his room in the dropship actually contains fan art of Mirage drawn by real-life fans. But that may not be as interesting as Bangalore, who, before being an annoying over-explainer,
P2020 here. Standard issue because it's dependable.
She was the only IMC cadet who could take apart a peacekeeper, equip it with a choke, and put it back together under 20 seconds, all while being blindfolded. In addition to that, the former senior game designer DZK, who we have covered in a previous video, considers Bangalore to be the bar for what a balanced and healthy character should look like. Even though few speaks Australian English,
yeah, nah, that entrance maybe got a bit out of hand, eh?
When asked if he could say the C word that all the Australians love in a T-rated game, the writer Tom Casiello responded that they would love to, but the idea was shut down despite getting the go-ahead from other regions after they had received a hard no from America's ESRB. Ash's mask is based off a porcelain death mask, which is a mask taken as a cast of a deceased's face in some cultures around our real-life world. As artist Joel Emsley describes, we were thinking she wears a death mask from her past human self on her current robot body. Building off of the whole dead or Beth aesthetic, it did also take Ash 512 days before she actually received her first change after being released. Prior to joining the Apex games, Mad Maggie is one of the 4 legends that have been the announcer of a game mode. She was the announcer during the Chaos Theory Collection event and the War Games event takeovers, and the community collectively hated it. Being an announcer was supposed to hype up her character, but it almost seems like these events ruined her brand way beyond repair. But do you know who doesn't have a brand beyond repair? The sponsor of today's video, Raid Shadow Legends. So picture the scene. You got yourself a brand new phone and you're looking for the best game to play. Enter Raid Shadow Legends. With awesome visuals, loads of powerful champions, challenging PvE bosses, and tactical PvP content, but wait, there is more. Raid Shadow Legends is increasing its roster of awesome looking champions with a brand new rarity, that being mythical. Being a step above the legendary champions, these new mythical champions have a new mechanic called Metamorph that allows them to change between 2 forms. This is where you can let your creative imagination run wild. Use whatever you have at your disposal to transform just like the mythical champions can. Mythical champions are essentially 2 champs in one, which you can change between forms to use a different set of unique abilities, which is absolutely crazy. You can summon these mythical champs with the new primal shards that you will find in the portal. These mythical champs are unlike anything we have ever seen in Raid Shadow Legends and are not only versatile, but insanely unique and strong. Trust me, you have to try it. I can't wait to see how you introduce the mythical champions and show off an awesome metamorph worthy of the mythical title. Anyways, do you want a free legendary champion? What am I saying? Of course you do, especially when they're as cool as this. Check out Sun Wukong, Raid's take on the mischievous Monkey King, coming as a free legendary champion. All you've got to do is log into Raid on 7 different days between August 22nd and October 23rd to get your hands on this awesome champion. No heroic journey to the west required, just sign in. And new players, only now you have a chance to get one of the best epic champions, Stag Knight, as well as a skin for him designed by JonTron himself. Just use the promo code JTSkin before October 7. Also, if you do click the link in the description, you'll get a free starter pack with this awesome loot. Hit the link in the description, and I'll see you all in the battlefield. Ballistic has a unique animation when pulling out the P2020, where instead of every other legend who uses both hands to bring up the gun and perform a brass check, Ballistic does this one-handed, which could be a reference to John Wick, who does the same move frequently during his movie series, and just like Ballistic, is considered a bit of a badass. Pathfinder is an upgraded version of the Marvins from Titanfall. You might already know that, but you might not know that his obsession-like interest in high fives also stems from the Marvins in the Titanfall dropships, who will either give the pilots a thumbs up, salute them, or even attempt to high-five pilots and later switching to a sad face if they're left hanging. Wraith actually has her nose pierced, which is present in every skin except in her legendary skins. And in addition to that, due to the experiments made on Wraith in the lore, she is able to connect to the void, and as such for a brief time see Wraiths from all other dimensions. This is also represented in the game, where Wraith players can see other Wraith players as she's using her tactical and, being in the void. Octane's whole backstory and broken leg is inspired by how players used to speedrun the Pilot's Gauntlet, which is the first mission in the Titanfall 2 campaign. Octane's reveal trailer is actually directly linked to user Cash Mayo's Gauntlet world record, with the record breaker in the background displaying the time of 11.7, the exact amount of Cash Mayo's record. That being said, Keshmeo actually did set a new record in the gauntlet of 10.1 seconds in December 2021. Revenant's hitbox is actually more than large enough to receive the fortified buff, meaning he would take less damage from shots. But as per developer JBeebs, the Respawn developers were afraid of adding it due to the fear of community backlash. At the end of Season 7, the season where Horizon was released, for a short period of time, players who were on Horizon were able to reroute the Phase Runner on Olympus by activating a panel on Hammond Labs. Going through the tunnel would take him to a secret spot to hear a message from Newton and earn some free rewards, showing this wholesome picture of Horizon with her kid. When reviving or respawning a Rampart,
how about this? I help you, you drop the name Sheila. Deal?
You can have that name when you pry it from my cold dead teeth.
You're the worst.
Valkyrie will profusely beg Rampart to change the name of Sheila because it has the same name as Valkyrie's ex-girlfriend. Bloodhound's character has been confirmed as non-binary and using they/them pronouns by the Respawn community manager Jay Frechette, narrative director Mohamed Alavi, and their voice actor Allegra Clark, who, in her own words, identifies as a cis lady, if you were wondering. Crypto's drone remote has the word, and I am definitely going to butcher this, I will not apologize, susukeki on it, which means riddle in Korean. In addition to that, Crypto actually invented the cameras that broadcast the Apex games. In one of Seer's heirloom inspect animations, he pulls out a drawing tablet where he's sketching out several different logo designs. If you pay close attention, you might see the word pariah crossed out here under his left thumb, which is a reference to his original name during development. Vantage's ultimate sniper rifle, which officially goes by the name of the A13 Sentry, is a modified version of the prototype for the Sentinel. Gibraltar's defensive dome tactical is adapted from the Dome Shield Titan kit available in both of the Titanfall games used to protect newly culled Titans. In addition to that, his gun shield is similar to the gun shield used by Legion. As things were heating up with Loba receiving more and more teasers to the point where the Apex community went into a crazy tinfoil hat mode, this clip happened to get viral of a Reddit user allegedly seeing a wolf or a Samsquanch running around in Harvester on World's Edge. Despite the initial outrage or hype, this hoax was never really officially confirmed, and later on, some users believed that it actually was a visual glitch caused by the Apex Overdrive and Killer Bee Bangalore skins, where Bangalore randomly would go invisible, but still show a weird floating shape. One that could look like a dog if you really wanted it to. Newcastle is currently the only legend with a finisher that is exclusively used against a particular legend, that being Bangalore, which also makes him the only legend with 2 finisher animations. In addition to that, when sitting around in the lobby screen as a Newcastle, Bangalore will occasionally walk up and joke around with you for a little bit. As explained by the writer Tom Casiello, Caustic's Nox gas is a corrosive gas, meaning it eats through clothes, skin, and metal unless countered by a chemical compound that only Caustic and, I guess by extension, his team possesses, so it doesn't affect them, which explains why the gas still affects robots such as Pathfinder, Ash, or Revenant, or Bloodhound with their gas mask thingamajig. Also, as a bonus for Caustic, and for you for sticking around this long, by the way, thank you, there was actually an inappropriate voice line exchange between Caustic and Crypto, where by saying thanks to Crypto, Caustic would reply with,
"This isn't over, gutter rat. You'll regret the day you crossed me, gutter rat."
Which was later removed in the September 3rd patch in 2020 because rat can be seen as a derogatory term towards Asians. Wattson and Wraith both share the same height of 5'4" and are the shortest legends in the game. Additional, and probably a more fun fact, Wattson's father had a huge role in the Apex games, with Wattson herself assisting him with designing the ring. In a later tweet in October of 2020, we received this picture of Wattson having a little bit of a nap on her desk, showing a small prototype of what appears to be a heat shield, hinting that maybe Wattson designed the heat shields as well. Also, as you guys might know, I really like Wattson, so I've got another banger for you. Wattson received her signature electric scar because of a Wraith. Not having her father believe in her and her bubble shield design, Wattson ended up heading out on her own to test it out. She went all the way to the Sing Labs just to perform this test, but when visiting the remains of the Sing Labs, Wattson was scared away by a ghost that appeared in front of her, yelling at her to leave. Once outside, she decided to test the bubble shield in the stormy weather instead, only to have the generator be struck with lightning, sending Wattson 20 feet in the air, where she broke several bones in the impact. As she lay there, obviously hurt, the flames from the struck generator started engulfing the entire surrounding forest into flames. As the flames crept closer, a portal opened, with a kunai-wielding ghost stepping out, and next thing she knew, Wattson found herself safe on her father's doorstep. This is probably why Wraith has such a soft spot for Wattson. Remember this screenshot? Due to some inaccurate leaks from her early developments, there was a widespread misconception that Rampart actually was a white male, followed by a large controversy when she was revealed to actually be a woman, and Respawn was accused of changing her from a white male to a more, I hate to say it, political design. Following this whole drama, principal animator Moipara stated that the leaked image didn't actually feature Rampart's design at all, and that designs simply don't get changed on a whim like that. And actually, as a response to these bad leaks, writer Tom Casiello created a male gunsmith character going by the name of Reginald, acting as sort of a red herring to Rampart's identity on Twitter before Rampart's real identity was revealed. In fact, the original leaker responsible for the first screenshot later admitted that he simply paired names and faces of the characters through guesswork. Catalyst is transgender, and prior to designing her character, Respawn sought out multiple transgender people and experts for consultants in making Catalyst the best representation that Respawn could offer. Naturally, this included her voice actor, Mellie Grant, who also is a transgender woman. Despite her completely useless state that we see her in today, Lifeline actually used to be really overpowered around the start of the game, being played along the likes of Wraith to farm high-kill, high-content games, thanks to her passive that allowed her to heal 25% faster than any other legend in the game, in addition to her very small hitbox and of course her drone allowing you to out-heal Zone 5. But of course, the path from being one of the best legends in the game to the pathetic state she is in now is actually really depressing. So if you are interested in hearing more about that, you should check out the video on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.